Someone who will be as winsome as Reagan, as fearless as Alexander the Great, as mesmerizing as Hitler, as beloved as George Washington, as great a leader as Moses, as unstoppable a warrior as Genghis Khan, and as spiritually charismatic as King David himself. And they'll all be led in worship of him. Well, we have had several warm-up acts by Satan for this future man coming. You know, Satan has groomed many. Some of the Roman emperors kind of had this emperor worship idea, and they got the whole Roman Empire to worship him. Others have gotten at least great portions of the earth to worship them, but no one has had universal worship till this guy, this Antichrist, this man of sin. But most clearly we can see the way Satan works in the life and accomplishments of a recent person, someone who only died 60 years ago. In fact, a lot of people don't think he died. 2 whole books have been written that Hitler is still alive. I'm talking about not wacko books, I mean serious books. They think that he really did escape, and that it just came out this week that the Germans actually had weapon plans for nuclear bombs. They just couldn't put them together fast enough. Can you imagine if Hitler would have gotten the atom bomb? Amazing to think what would the difference in the war would have been. But Adolf Hitler showed the world what one man can do, completely harnessed and indwelt by Satan. And I just want to briefly talk to you about Hitler, because what I'm sharing with you is available in any library, and if you look at it with spiritual eyes, you see how quickly God's end-time scenario can come true with a normal human being who utterly gives himself to the devil. Hitler was an antichrist. People who had personal contact with Hitler often spoke of his strange hypnotic power. I'm not talking about believers. I'm talking about people that worked with him, said that he had an ability to look at people and mesmerize, hypnotize them just in a meeting. They would come in and they'd go out in the meeting just doing whatever he wanted. He had this mental control. In fact, a historic figure, in 1943, 100,000 young people in brown shirts filled the Olympic Stadium in Munich, Germany. It was the largest stadium in the world at that time, and they formed with their bodies words on the playing field of the Olympic Stadium. Those 100,000 brown shirts wrote these words in German: Hitler, we are yours. They all stood, kind of in formations of letters. And he got that stadium. You've probably seen the film clips of it. He got them chanting. He spoke to them so powerfully that he got them all chanting, and they formed those words on the stadium field. What did he tell them? Well, at the monument to Hitler's evil, which is called Auschwitz, that's the death camp, Hitler's words of his vision for a generation of young people who had no conscience are still hanging on the wall. If you ever go to Auschwitz, it's in Poland, and it's a very sobering place to visit. And these are the words that are on a sign. It's a grim reminder to the visitor of the hell unleashed when Hitler's goal was realized. Remember, his goal was to raise a generation of young people who had no conscience. And this is what he told them in that stadium in 1943. I freed Germany from the stupid and degrading fallacies of conscience and morality. I will train young people before whom the world will tremble. I want young people capable of violence, imperious, relentless, and cruel. Did he accomplish his goal? Yes, he did. Looking back at the atrocities of World War II, there's no human explanation for them. They are demonic because they are like the one who came to kill and steal and destroy, as Jesus said in John chapter 10. On display, right by the sign, by the way, in Auschwitz, for all to see, are thousands of pounds of women's hair, retrieved and marketed as a commodity by the Nazi exterminators. You can just see it. If you go through the rooms, they just have mounds of human hair and spectacles and dental stuff. They just gassed those people and extracted their teeth and threw their hair in one place and their spectacles in others, and actually made some of them, they used their skin and made it into leather and marketed goods from human skin. tanned into leather.